Hello everyone. So as you can see from the title of the video, this is going to be my flip through slash walkthrough of the Lubonko Tarot. The Lubonko Tarot is by Emily Lubanko. Here's her card. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's good. Then at least in the Kickstarter edition, it came with this cute thing, a little sticker. So that's nice. And then it also came with this really cool altar cloth. I think it's made of like wax cloth. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Maybe flax cloth. I don't know. It's like that textured cloth. It feels very well put together, like, and it's obviously really pretty from what you guys can see. Yeah, I would say it looks really put together. It's pretty as heck. And it feels tough. I don't think it feels like, it's not something you would want to rub against your skin, but also it's an altar cloth, so it's probably good that it's tough. So here we have, let me make sure you can read it, a fully illustrated 78 card tarot deck exploring the surreal, the intense, the queer, and the divine. And here's the front, side, and other side. So it's a flip open box. You just do that. Comes with a cute handy little guidebook that we'll get into. And then of course the cards. The cards have a really nice silver gilding with like glitter, but it's not like insanely glittery, if that makes any sense. And the cards do have borders. I'm generally okay or even a fan of borders. I kind of like them. With this deck, I'm not so much a fan of. Full disclosure, I've already done a walkthrough video. I just decided to scrap it because I felt like it didn't go out well and it refused to export to my Mac. So I felt like that was a sign that we should just leave that one in the dust and go on forward. So I feel like the bordering for me personally kind of takes away from the art, but the art's still beautiful. I think you get this deck for the art regardless. So let's get into it. I want to make sure. So we have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. And I guess I should get into the card quality as well. It's like well put together. It feels a little thin for my taste, but it also feels like lush or like luxe, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure of the card stock, if I'm completely honest. It's not really something that I felt before, but it feels good. Because of the art and the quality of the deck, I wouldn't like go ham with like riffle shuffling because I feel like they would be one to bend, but it feels good. It feels right, I would say. So we have the Hierophant, the Love. Oh my gosh, I love this Lovers card. I love the gore of it. I don't know, maybe that's weird. I'm into the intense nature of this deck. I feel like the intensity of this deck is what drew me to it. And this card in particular is just everything for me. I think this is also the only like queer card I can think of when I look at it. I don't know, maybe other people will see other things. Like I see lots of different imagery from different mythologies. Like this reminds me of Norse mythology, but I don't see too much other like queer influences. I'd love to hear you guys sound off in the comments if I miss something, but otherwise the art is just glorious to me. Wheel of Fortune, Justice. Could you imagine giving someone a reading with this or giving yourself a reading? Like I feel like it could tell me that I'm gonna fall in a pit of lava and I'd be like, oh my god, the aesthetic, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but got Death here. I just love that transformation. Temperance. And I guess I feel like the reason, oh my gosh, this Devil card, the pomegranate, the writing of the pomegranate, like everything I needed. But I feel like the reason I'm not a fan so much sometimes of the border is because I feel like it constrains the art. It makes it smaller. I wish the art was bigger. I wish it had more presence in the cards, but that could just be a personal quirk on my end. Tower, the Star. I love the Star. That's beautiful. And there's quite a bit of diversity. I will give it that. Or I think there's diversity in it. As we move forward, you'll see that it's lots of different people of lots of different body types, but it still kind of keeps the general Rider-Waite-Smith aura or energy. Like the sun generally has like a child or like a young boy on a horse, that sort of thing. So a lot of those themes are still kept, even though it's like very different. Like Judgment here is still kind of like a vibe that you would get in like other decks. So I do think that this is what I would call beginner friendly. I would say, as long as you're not like, as long as you're invested in the imagery rather than taken aback by it, I think this would be perfect for you. And of course, I see like the Hindu influence here. So yeah, I don't know. I love that they take from various different mythoses. If you guys see something that I miss, like, let me know, because that's entirely possible. One second. Doing it on top of this altar cloth is making things difficult. Everything wants to slip and slide. Alrighty. So you have the Ace of Wands here. Two of Wands, again, beautiful. Three of Wands. The Four of Wands is like the only one here that I'm not seeing like a Rider-Waite sort of interpretation. I kind of want to look at see what it says in the booklet. So we'll keep this out for now. Because I don't know. Like the Four of Wands is supposed to be celebration. But like, then, you know, following that, we have like the Five of Wands. And that's talking about, you know, competition, and that's plainly obvious in this card. So it's kind of interesting, you know. And decks are allowed to do that. They're allowed to branch off. I'm just trying to like, because this is like a beginner deck, trying to focus on the main like mainstream themes. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Six of Wands here. Seven. And again, we're back to the normal Rider-Waite sort of vibe. I love this card. I love it so much. And again, we're like seeing this diversity, I would say. Queen of Wands is my favorite. Like the dragon head, I think it is, or maybe like a goat dragon. I don't know. I love it though. And now we're into cups, the Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. I like it. I wish it had like more of a vibe to it. I guess you could consider this queer as well. I don't know. I'm just mixed about it because it's almost to me reading as a connection of self. Like you're connecting to your own emotional headspace, because like they're both the same person from what I can tell. Three of Cups. And I love how nudity is here, but it's not obscene, if that makes any sense. Like it's used in a very artful way. Not that obscenity is bad or like not something to strive for. I like the way that nudity is being used here, in this particular instance. Six of Cups. Seven. I wonder if that's supposed to be Nyx or like, I don't know if anyone's seen Sinbad, but it almost like it made me think of like the goddess of chaos. I know in like Roman mythology she's Discordia, but I can't remember what she's called in Greek. Crap, because that's literally her name in Sinbad. I feel so dumb. Oh my god, it's not, it starts with an E. Or I can't remember, but it reminds me of her. It gives me that vibe. Oh, she like put the apple, like she was the one who like put the apple to like mess with Athena, and Aphrodite. Oh my gosh, she's like the personification of discord. Oh, I can't remember. Either way, like she reminds me of her almost. I don't know. That kind of fits with the Seven of Cups. Again, the Eight of Cups, I'm not sure how this would translate, because I feel like the Eight of Cups is more of like a willful, like in the general sense, it has agency behind it. And this one, I don't know. It just seems like someone's falling. So we'll like put this one down too, to like get a insight from the book on Ten of Cups, beautiful. I just wish there was like a family there or something like that. I don't know. I'm being really nitpicky. Page of Cups here. Eris. Her name is Eris. Yes. Eris? I think I pronounced that right. Eris, goddess of discord. I feel like I'm not pronouncing that right. I don't know. Then we got Ten of Cups. And Queen of Cups. I love this militant emoja energy. I don't know. That's the vibe I get from it. Like very like Mama Wata going to war. And it's everything I need. And we got King of Cups. Oopsie. And now we're on to Swords. I love that Two of Swords. Gives me very David Bowie. Three of Swords. I think this is my least favorite one, just because of the intensity of all the other cards. I almost wish this was more gory. But again, that's like my own personal like thing. I don't know. I still think it's glorious and beautiful. We got the Four of Swords here. Five of Swords. So I did do this in my other one. They like kind of, so technically this is like imagery from this Five of Swords, but it almost feels more Seven of Swords to me. I like pulled from like a technical like standard Rider-Waite, or like the closest thing to it, Modern Witcher. I'm not gonna do it in this one because I found the difference to be like so small that it really didn't matter. But I don't know, I just feel like this is more Seven to me. Then we got the Six of Swords here, beautiful. And that's, if you haven't noticed, the same as what's inside here. So that's like taken the Six of Swords moment. And then this is also one of the cards. This is one of the major arcana. Let's see if I can't find it. Yeah, it's the Chariot. So I like that they the artist kind of includes the artwork from their deck in this. I feel like that's a really cool thing that they did. Moving on, we have the Seven of Swords. And again, this is very Seven of Swordy, you know, like this is very that energy. So I'm not mad about it. I guess I'm just giving my opinion. Oh my gosh, this Eight of Swords though. Beautiful. Literally so beautiful. Then we have that anxiety with the Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords there. Page. Knight. This Queen, amazing. And then we have the King here. And now we are on to Pentacles. Everyone ready? Again, beautiful Ace. Two of Pentacles, I love that balance. I think that's amazing, especially because we have the Galaxy here and then we have the peak of a mountain there. I feel like that's everything it needs to be. Pretty typical scene for the Three of Pentacles, I think. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. I think this is very interesting, an interesting take on it. Six. And I love the color scheme as well. Like, she uses lots of, or they use lots of different colors. I don't know their gender, but they use lots of different colors, but I feel like they go really well together. And we got the 10. And I love this one. The only gripe I have with it, again, is because the Ten of Pentacles is supposed to be this generational wealth of these, like, people involved. Oh, actually, no, I kind of love it now. I changed my mind. I'm wondering if that's, like, an ancestor, because it is this generational wealth, and this is this tree, and they're on the other side. Never mind. I flipped the script. I do love it. Never... I literally rescind everything I said. Like, throw it in the garbage. Page of Pentacles. Love this. I think this is used on the Kickstarter campaign pretty heavily, if I remember correctly. Is this? Oh, it's because I have this in my hand. I was like, they're like different sizes. Okay, Knight of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles. Again, love that energy. And the King of Pentacles. Alrighty. So let's use the Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Devil, because I love that. No, actually, I love the Lovers more. What am I talking about? Okay. And I will go into the guidebook and just give definitions to show you what the guidebook is kind of having going on here. So let's do the Lovers first. Here we go. Okay. The Lovers. The Lovers is about the consuming intensity of newly learned intimacy, of knowing another and being known, and the overwhelming feelings that accompany that. Sometimes it is romantic, sometimes it is simply about finding another with whom we are on the same frequency. In the Lovers, we see a purity of connection, two people who understand each other, feed each other, and can grow with each other. Intense energy between people, sometimes sexual or just beyond the surface. Raw understanding between two people who know one another's vulnerabilities. The Lovers can signify new love, harmony, synchronicity, relationships, young love, and being fully consumed by a new relationship. It can also be about learning and understanding how we experience love, or how you experience love, sorry. Is it consuming or is it quiet? Sometimes bringing together dual forces can make a stronger force, a symbiosis. Once past the initial acknowledgement of each other's deepest selves, there can be a settling. It is the taste that can be the most jarring. And I love that because they're eating each other. Sorry. And then in reverse, we have the verse. The Lovers embodies all the worst parts of these kind of relationships. An over-intensity that creates tunnel vision and hurts one or both partners. Logic clouded with intensity of feeling. It can indicate toxic relationships. It can also indicate an isolation and a yearning, being out of sync with those around you, feeling at war with the self, having trouble relating to others because of that self-war. The self-flagellation, so like hitting yourself, I guess, is too deep to make it easy to relate to others. Being taken advantage of, people communicating past each other instead of with one another. Ask yourself, is it love or just obsession? Is it a quick flame or a slow burn? Do you respect yourself enough to survive the consumption? Do you feel substantial enough? Are you allowed to maintain solidity? Solidity? Yes, solidity in this relationship. As we learn and grow, we become stronger. We learn what we can afford to give away and what we must hold on to. Breakups can often be the hardest because they can take so much of us with them. People grow together. That separation can often lead to a painful regeneration of flexing those phantom limbs until they return to us. I love that. I love that so much. Going with some of the other ones, like I read The World before doing this reading, and it was a bit more, I don't want to say flowery, and what's a good word for it? It was definitely like, meaning was subjective, let's put it that way. This I felt like had, like, it was subjective and pretty, and I felt like it spoke to me in a way that I was able to interpret it myself, but it still had like a general direction. So yeah, I don't know, I love it. So it's like, maybe I should do The World now just to like show, because I don't want to be like, yeah, this is what I mean, but really I'm not going to show you. So let's do The World real quick. Yeah. The world is a state of being, but not quite an earthly one. We think of the world as a state of oneness, of superhumanity. The world is depicted as one who has many states, many beings layered. If death is about feeling the weight of one's smallness in the vastness of time, the world is about understanding and accepting it. By accepting a morality in our small space in the largeness, we can allow ourselves to be renewed with purpose. The world is about having control over one's level of zoom, from the smallest person's pains to the largest global how to the cool nothingness of space-time. It is the collected wisdom of not only oneself, but of generations, of civilizations, of cultures overlapping and beyond our scope. When we harness the world, we look at our problems by zooming out, so far out. We must use the collective and often contradictory wisdom of so many around us to look at our problems from all sides. Yeah, see, that doesn't to me like give solid advice or like give a solid interpretation. It's just kind of like, it's really good, it's really nice, it gives a vibe, and I feel like it's really up to you to like take that vibe where it will be. And then reverse, we have the world indicates people who stop learning with age, digging in one's heels, stuck with a point of view that doesn't serve, an inability to use lessons learned in the past, closing one's mind to the infinity of humanity and beyond, and what we have to learn from vast expanse. I feel like the reverse is pretty, like, again, it's pretty, it's good, it's nice, but it does give you like a firm vision to look into or look at, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if if you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't even know why I'm trying to understand what I'm saying. I understand what I'm saying. So let's do the Four of Wands real quick. Because I'm realizing I'm going a lot longer than I need to be. Oh, here we go. A hearth, making a home, the comfort and harmony of being rooted, blessed solidity, a sense of building toward or a return to that feeling, allowing the rootedness to bear fruit and be shared, to put the tendrils of warmth out so that others may find their way to that welcome. I don't know. I vibe with that. I definitely think that's a little bit of a departure from general Rider-Waite, but I think it's also like in that scope. Generally, like the Four of Wands, if you don't know, kind of talks about weddings or like large celebrations, whereas like the Three of Cups is more about the emotional feelings that come with that sort of scenario, or like friends interacting. The Four of Cups is more like bondings of people. I don't know if that makes sense to me. There's like a difference, but maybe I explained it in a way that's not very concise, let's put it that way. Okay. And then for the reverse, we have feeling closed off or closed out. Maybe it's hunkering down time. Perhaps you do not want to come out or to share. Perhaps you're feeling shut out by others, yearning for a hearth that does not welcome you, a lack of stability or solid ground. When home feels like a tomb, upheaval, the view from outside is a lonely one. I love that. That's so wholesome. I mean, it's not wholesome in a good way, but I feel like it's great. Anyway, Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is the spiritual change of direction after the deep digging and delving of the Seven of Cups, accustoming to a newer self and the rawness that comes with the process. The lonely aimlessness, but necessity of difficult change. Like the physical growing pains of youth, we too grow into our emotional maturity in the ways that can stretch us strangely at first. Reversed, paralysis and newness, inability to swim toward change. Too distracted by the oddity of the new to see the growth, or the inability to grow at all. Emotional immaturity and an inability to name one's emotion and take responsibility for them. I'm down with that. I vibe. And then we have the King of Pentacles, just because I wanted to give a kind of look into what the court cards are like. King of Pentacles, a powerful, self-sufficient individual with an abundant life shared with others. Mentorship, spreading the fruits of one's wealth through guidance and generosity. Reversed, obsession with climbing status without thinking about what one actually wants. Making poor or ostentatious financial decisions. Putting importance in the appearance of prosperity above sense. And there you have it. That is the Lubanko Tarot deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I'm not sure if she's going to continue selling it. I feel like she will. I'm like 98% sure she will. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it.